Oh, what's that? Yeah, this is Billy the Bellboy. Age 13. You have the bellhop come up and take my bag down to age 16. Thank you. Well, did you do it?
Yes, I did it.
Are you sure?
Elliot, I am perfectly capable of peeing onto a plastic stick. Thank you. I've never been this late, Elliot. I'm really nervous about this test. I mean, suppose it shows positive.
You mean suppose it shows you're pregnant? I get the shame of it all. I can see the headlines now. Area woman becomes pregnant. I mean, married woman becomes pregnant. Nobody will believe it. Ripley's will be out our front door. We'll be on the 6 o'clock news. This is Jack Jackson, Eyewitness News. We're here at the home of Elliot and Susan Cherney tonight. And it seems that Mrs. Cherney has been a typical married woman for 2 years now. And they're in a typical small town. Typical, that is, until Mrs. Cherney came down with a biological phenomenon. The doctors are calling this abnormality of pregnancy. Can you tell us, Mrs. Cherney, how this development happened?
Kiss my ass.
Yes, that would be a assumable beginning. That would be an assumable beginning. Can you tell us if it's communicable?
Oh, yes. I am serious. Suppose I am pregnant. What are we going to do?
We're going to be a family.
You mean we're going to raise it?
No, I figure right after the first, we'll put it in the car, drive it out to the country, and let it run loose on somebody. Well, listen to yourself, Susan. Are we going to raise it? And besides, we're going home tonight. We didn't wait until we got home. You know, they sell these pregnancy tests all over New Jersey.
Well, I just couldn't wait any longer. I mean, the suspense was killing me. Oh, Elliot, I've been working too hard on my career to give it up. I'm just not ready for a family. I'm not going to let all those years I spent in school studying to become a lawyer be destroyed by a 7-pound, crying, whining, overly damp, disgustingly messy kid.
Don't you think we should discuss the negative side?
Not now, Elliot. I am not in the mood.
Being in the mood is why we're here.
You understand, don't you, Elliot?
Oh, sure, I understand. You're 30 years old. You're not getting any younger. The old biological clock is ticking away.
There better be a point to all of this.
Well, there is. And the point is, when are you going to be ready? I mean, I'm not getting any younger either. I don't want to go to my kid's high school graduation pushing a walker.
Look, I know before we got married, we discussed having a family. But we've only been married for 3 years. Give it a chance.
Chance? You are married for 3 years? And give it a chance, you say?
Yes, and that's not the real reason, is it? You know, I have worked just way too hard on my career.
Well, you don't have to quit working.
Oh, yes. No, I can see it now. We're going to be struggling.
There's a lot of working mothers out there.
Elliot, sometimes I don't get home until quite late. When am I going to have time to take care of a kid?
That's where I am. You get home late, I take care of him. What
You said him.
Who said him?
You said him. You said if I have to work late, you'll take care of him.
Well, so what?
So that's what this is all about. You want a son so that you have someone to throw home runs with and shoot touchdowns and catch some hoops.
How come every time you talk about sports, I get indigestion? All right. So it would be fun to have a kid catch some hoops with. Enough of ours. It'd be just as much fun to have a little girl.
Oh, yeah, I can see it now. Let's see. You and her sitting around a little table, having pretend tea time with all her dolls surrounding you. Give me a break.
Well, I'm not going to stereotype any kid of ours. If our daughter wants to play baseball, I'll encourage her.
And what if your son wants to take ballet lessons?
I'll encourage her. And then I'll make fun of her.
Oh, that sounds like the old double standard to me.
Well, what do you care? You don't want to have kids anyway.
And you too? Oh, I can see you now, just changing a dirty diaper.
I could do that.
Elliot, you gag when you open a can of cat food. Oh, I know you, Elliot. The first time you saw a diaper full of poop, you'd freak out.
I would not.
And then you tried to get it to change the habit. You tried to break into the habit.
What?
Yeah, you know, stick his nose in it and say, don't you ever do this again.
All right, let's change the subject.
To what?
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
Yeah, I used to love Father's Day when I was a kid. I would go and look in all the store windows and save up my allowance so I could get a really cool little present for my father. It didn't have to be much, and he was always grateful. I remember one year I got him a pair of galoshes because I overheard him telling my mother he couldn't find his rubbers.
Was it raining when you said this?
I don't know.
So, galoshes are why you want to have a kid.
No. Father's Day is why I want my son to have the same enjoyment getting me a Father's Day gift as I had getting my father one. Besides, then there's Christmas and birthdays.
Oh, but wait a minute, isn't that just a little self-indulgent, wanting a kid just so that you can get presents?
Hey, I'm trying to carry on a tradition over here.
Elliot, you are bizarre.
Why am I bizarre? Because I'm going to be, when we have kids, I'll be looking forward to Father's Day and Christmas and birthdays.
Tell me, you're also going to be looking forward to him having measles, mumps, tonsillitis, chickenpox, and colic?
Well, sure. Maybe not college.
Elliot, so why are you so obsessed with starting a family all of a sudden?
It's not all of a sudden. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately. You know, at night when we're sitting at the dinner table and we go into our little intellectual worlds, and you pick up the business section of the Times.
Yes, and you watch reruns of Baywatch.
That show's a classic.
Yeah, I'm getting stimulated reading the Dow Jones report. You're getting stimulated by watching Yasmin Bleeth running in slow motion in a wet bathing suit.
Yeah, well, that would figure, wouldn't it? I don't know what to say about that.
Well, let's see. You know, don't you ever have any fantasies when we're sitting at the dinner table? I know I do. I'm keeping wishing that you would get your elbows off the table.
Sometimes when you're not looking, I fantasize that we have a couple of kids sitting at the table with us. And I'll say to little EJ, how was your day at school?
EJ?
Yeah, Elliot Jr.
Ah.
Yeah, and EJ will say, oh, Daddy, I was particularly interested in English class today, where we studied the intelligibility of one of your famous newspaper articles.
How old is EJ?
Oh, it's like 6. What? You don't think a 6-year-old would be interested in one of my newspaper articles?
No, I don't think a 6-year-old would know how to pronounce intelligibility.
So then I say to little Roxanne, how was your day at school?
Roxanne.
Yeah, you know, like the heroine in Cyrano de Bergerac.
That's Roxanne is also your mother's name, Elliot?
Oh, it is?
Only the one you live in.
Listen, this is my fantasy. When you have kids and want to fantasize, you name them anything you want.
Really, let's see, how do you feel about conga and flatulence? Sorry, go ahead.
So I say to little Roxanne, how was your day at school today, Roxy? And she says, oh, Daddy, I had a wonderful day. I got to play my piano solo for my second grade recital.
Wow, and what was she playing?
Mendelssohn's Piano Concerto in F minor. Or maybe Jagger's Street Fighting Man.
Not often. As I said, sometimes I'm just wishing that things were different, that you could get your elbows on the table.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to happen, because that's the way I eat. How would you characterize having a baby? I don't know,
Oh, gee whiz, you know, I've never been pregnant, but my cousin had 2 kids, and she told me what it's like. It's not pretty.
yeah. Well, neither are her 2 kids.
I wish just once a man could get pregnant.
Oh, like that's so tough. You know, you see. Oh, baby, oh, I think I'm going into labor. Look, it's a boy. Honestly, Junior.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's nothing like you said. For 9 months, you walk around with a gut like a sumo wrestler. Your feet swell, your back aches, and your breasts leak. You put on so much weight, you need the Harvard tug-of-war team to get you out of a comfortable chair. Oh, and then comes the day of the blessed event, which always seems to happen at 4 in the morning. You go into labor and you spend anywhere from 1 to 36 or more hours in constant uterine pain. Oh, and then comes time for the delivery. Do you know what it's like to give birth? Do you?
Is this a rhetorical question?
Let me put this into the male perspective for you.
Yeah, try
it's
that.
it's like defecating a bowling ball.
Well, then look what you got after you give birth.
Right. Hemorrhoids.
Oh, I'm talking about a tiny little helpless creature. One that'll grow according to our parental discretion. One that we can mold into a fine, upstanding human being. One that'll rely on us for everything. One that'll learn the meaning of truth, justice, and the American way.
Listen, Perry White, before you paint an S on this kid's chest, let's talk.
About what?
Money.
Money.
Money. Do you know what it costs to raise a kid?
What?
Well, a lot.
Susan, the problem here isn't money, is it?
Yes, it is.
I don't think so. We both earn comfortable incomes, and I don't think that, there's that itch again, huh? And we both earn comfortable incomes, and so it can't be that we can't afford it.
Elliot, I like being a lawyer. I'm not going to give it up.
Well, who says you got to give it up? You ever hear of a working mother?
Yeah, but I get home extremely late, and you know, when am I mean, what am I going to do? When am I going to have time to take care of a kid?
You did this, but that's where I come in. And when you work late, I take care of him.
You're not naughty. Yes, I know you'll take care of it. You know what?
Did you ever go to to New York with last summer when we went to Chinatown?
Well, no, there was some, we've had a couple of occasions. I know that one of the things that I've been trying to work on so that I don't get pregnant is a little thing I happened to pick up in Chinatown. That.
What is it?
It's an authentic Chinese infertility necklace. I got it when we visited in Chinatown. According to legend, if a woman wears this while making love, she won't get pregnant. Haven't you ever noticed I'm wearing this when we make love?
Yeah, but I thought you wore it because you were like embarrassed to be totally naked in front of me.
Then you should have been wearing it.
Where did you say you got it?
Well, in Chinatown, but it actually came from mainland China.
Oh, I guess you were doing them a lot of good. There's only about 400 bazillion Chinese running around.
Maybe they just didn't have enough of these to go around. Anyway, just don't start thinking positive. I mean, don't start thinking negative. I mean, start thinking positive that the test is negative.
Are you positive?
I'm very nervous about this, Elliot. I mean, you know, it's starting to interfere with my this career, and it's, you know, it seems like as long as I can remember, I wanted to be a lawyer. It used to be all of my friends would be watching cartoons on TV, and I would be watching reruns of Perry Mason and line all my little dolls up in a jury box, and I just plead my case to them.
And you'd win every case.
No, I lost them all. It always ended up in a hung jury. I mean, it didn't matter if all the other dolls voted guilty. Stupid Ken would vote not guilty. He could be an absolute jerk when he wanted to be. I don't see what Barbie ever saw in him.
Susan, you realize you just landed at Weirdsville International Airport.
Sorry, but that Ken just really burns me up.
What are you trying to tell me?
I guess that I don't want anything to interfere with my career. I mean, haven't you always wanted to be a journalist?
Not always. I didn't get interested in that until I was in college.
Oh, so what did you want to be? A doctor or a cowboy? Oh, I know, a fireman.
A game show host.
Making that up. You never wanted to be a game show host.
No, but I always wanted to be a father.
Well, if that's all it is, it's not too late to join the priesthood.
I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But you know what? We have to talk about our kids and what kinds of things we might be running into in terms of them getting into trouble and causing us grief.
Yeah, that would be a shame. Little bums.
Well, you know what? We've got a potential situation here because, you know, there's some things that I'm just really concerned about. I'm concerned, for one thing, that we're going to have a spoiled kid.
Spoiled?
Yeah, I'm afraid that our kid is going to be spoiled.
So we'll keep him in the refrigerator.
No, I mean, I'm afraid that we're going to spoil this kid.
How?
Oh, you know, give her anything she wants, do anything for her, never discipline her.
Well, those are the big three, all right. But what is it that you're so afraid of spoiling?
Well, believe it or not, my parents spoiled me.
Get it out. You spoiled? That's it. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? That's it. I want a divorce.
Look, I was an only child. Spoiling an only child is almost obligatory.
I was an only child, too. And whenever I shot my mouth off, my rear end got a good spanking. I never quite got the equation.
Well, I've got news for you. There will be no spanking of our child.
Suppose he spills grape juice on your new white carpet.
No spanking.
Breaks the window playing baseball.
No spanking.
Flushes your Bible down the toilet.
bamboo shoots under the fingernails. Look, Ellie, we could sit around here all day and joke about this, but the truth of the matter is, I just don't think I would make a very good parent. I mean, a child takes up a lot of time that I'm not willing to dedicate myself to right now. Put yourself in my shoes for a minute.
Only if I can borrow the matching handbag.
Oh, Elliot, I'm serious.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, as I said, ever since I was a kid, I did had the thing with my dolls. And now it just seems like everything is starting to get in the way of being a lawyer, and I don't know what to do anymore.
Well, you could take some time off. But that wouldn't help. What? When are you supposed to check on the test?
Oh, in a couple of minutes.
I wonder when it happened.
When what happened?
I'm not saying you are, but if you are,
Pregnant? The word is pregnant. You didn't have any trouble getting me pregnant. Why can't you just say it? Pregnant? Pregnant? Pregnant!
I could say it, but I'm just afraid if I said it, it would get you in a bad mood.
Too late. Besides, I already know exactly when it happened, if it happened.
What?
Last month when we were up at the cabin. You plied me with liquor and had your way with me.
Susan, you had one sip of wine and you were all over me like a tax auditor on a long form. It's true. You use Scotch tape and you get drunk.
Oh, yeah, that's so funny.
Well, that is funny.
All right, look, all I'm saying is that if I am pregnant, that's when it happened last month at the cabin.
I think it happened the night we came home from the cabin. It was the first chilly night of the season. We sat on the couch, we built a fire in the fireplace, and I made a cup of General Foods International coffee, cafe, and then we snuggled up and we celebrated the moments of our lives.
Was romantic.
Yeah. And then I read you a poem that I wrote for you in college.
Oh, Elliot, don't.
Remember how it turned you on? Would a thought be worth thinking if you weren't in it? Would a summer breeze be as warm as your touch? Would night turn to day without your smile? Would love be mentioned without your name? With there only one day left for living, and I did not want to spend it with you. If nighttime was for dreaming, would I not hear your laughter? Would a flower smell as sweet as your head on my chest? Would existing be my world if you weren't here?
Elliot, I love you.
Well, I love you too, baby.
Baby, oh my God, the test.
I gotta get a new term of endearment. Baby, you just got to get it. All right, that's it, Susan. I've had it. I just don't care anymore. I hope you are pregnant, and I hope that you get as big as a house, and your feet swell, and your back aches, and your breasts leak. And I hope that when you give birth, you have twin sons, and that way I'll have twice as many kids to catch some hoops with. There, I've said it. I know it sounds a little cruel, a little selfish, but I guess that's just the way I am. Yeah, come on in.
You want your bags taken down, Mr. Cherney?
Yeah, Bella, yeah, if you would, please do that.
Everything okay, Mr. Cherney?
Yeah, listen, Bella, let me ask you something. Do you have any kids?
Yeah, 3.
Any regrets?
No. Are you and Mrs. C expecting?
No, we're gonna find out in a minute. She's in the picture and getting the test results.
Oh, how exciting. Let me be the first to wish you and Mrs. C the best.
Yeah, thanks, Billy. Listen, you sure? No regrets?
Well, if I have any regrets, it will be with my oldest son.
Yeah. Is he always a troublemaker? You're getting into mischief and fighting and running away?
No, nothing like that. Father's Day. Every Father's Day, he would go shopping and buy me the worst presents you ever saw. And the stupidest things you could ever think of. And I had to stand there and pretend I loved him.
Well, thanks a lot, Billy.
Did I answer your question, Mr. C?
I'll tell you what you did do, Billy. You blew your tip. Now get the hell out of here. Had it come out. Yes! Positive! It's pregnant! Oh, this is great! We'll tear the office out and we'll put it in a nursery. I'll paint it pink or blue. Pink and blue. Or maybe some nice neutral color. Then we get a stroller. We'll push the kid to the park on Sundays. Oh, boy, this is going to be great. And we better start shopping pretty soon for disposable diapers when they go on sale. Maybe we should use cloth. And college, oh, this kid's definitely going to go to college. As soon as we get back, I'm going to open up a special college account for kids. Oh, baby, this is going to be great. Don't worry about nothing. You're excited, aren't you?
Well, if this is what you want, then I'm excited too.
Well, we better hurry. We're going to miss the bus to the airport.
Look, you go ahead. I've got one more thing I want to take care of.
You sure you're excited?
Positive.
Okay. I'll go call the elevator.